Another Chanel price increase confirmed for this year. So what makes this one different? Hello everyone, welcome back to another mommy review where I review all things for the love of. Today I want to talk about the confirmed Chanel price increase and what makes it different and how this will affect the brand and just luxury shopping as a whole. So I've been holding out on this video for a while because I want to make sure everything is confirmed and I had more numbers to talk to everyone about. But before I get started, if you like the content on this channel, I appreciate it very much if you consider giving this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for considering. So it's been confirmed by insiders that the date for the Chanel increase, the next price increase, is March 27th. But so what? Another price increase. What makes this one different? I mean, we've been talking about Chanel price increases every year now. Like in the past years, price tend to increase all across the board, on average around 14% for Chanel handbags. Now, I would say if they're going to go back to maybe 10K price points, they should really back it up with gold-plated hardware and quality that they used to have. I mean, after all, if you look at Hermes, at least they have plated their hardware with precious metals and they offer lifetime services, which I can't say is comparable with Chanel's services. I mean, nowadays, I do find that Chanel bags are a bit everywhere and luxury seems to become so ubiquitous. I find myself wanting Chanel handbags a little bit less. With that said, let's get to the main point and talk about what makes this price increase different from other ones and what does it mean for you. So typically, Chanel bags increase occurs in March or September, around those dates, and this increase is a little bit different for this coming one on March 27 is because the percentage of price increase is a little bit more than what you usually see. So if you look back, let's say in 2022, 2023, you've seen that a lot of the Chanel classic bags have gone up at least probably doubled in 5 years. For example, if you look at some of their iconic handbags, like their medium classic flap, for example, the medium classic flap was originally priced at $5,800 back in 2019. That's in USD. And now this iconic handbag in 2024 is priced at $10,200 American. The price I have here is Canadian, but this is of course before the price increase that is coming about. Currently is $12,800. So not a light price tag at all. So let's talk about what the price increases mean coming up. Starting off with some of the key handbags that we know as classics and highly sought after is the mini flap. This mini classic flap currently priced at $6,200 Canadian. It is currently $5,260 in American. The anticipated price increase, 12%. Now, I think, like I mentioned before, on average, the price increase is roughly between 14%. But let me get to some of the other classic handbags that have just a much higher percentage increase compared to all the previous ones in the late years. Here is the mini classic flap in rectangular. It's currently $6,425. It's increasing by 11.4%. The pricing in American is $5,460. Actually, still really love the mini classic flap. It's been one of the ones I've been hoping to add to my collection, but at these prices, I just don't know if I'm gravitating towards it as much. More leaning towards some more new and upcoming brands of bags that are a little bit more unique. So let's talk about one of the holy grail handbags, the small classic handbag, the classic flap from Chanel. So this one, you can see here, Canadian website is $12,275, and that's $11,240 in American. You're seeing a 17.08% increase. That is the largest percentage increase for a classic flap from Chanel in ages. That is so crazy, right? I mean, I love a good classic flap, but I don't know at this pricing, and this bag just seems to be so common nowadays, if it's worth it. The next one I want to talk about is the medium classic flap. It has also gone up by more than like the average that you would see, still double digits. It's gone up by 16.18% increase. So right now you see on the Canadian website it's $12,800. That's before the price increase. In Americans is $11,850. Back in 2023 it was $10,200. So you can see it's a significant increase. If you look at the large classic handbag, which is like kind of the jumbo, it's gone up by close to 16%. Right now it's $13,850 in Canadian, and it's $12,750 in American. Last but not least, of the classic bag collection, the Maxi Classic Flap. It's gone up by 15.8%, definitely more than normal. The price right now is $14,650 Canadian, or $13,410. Now, besides the mini classic flap and like some of the double classic flap that you see here, the boy bags are also affected. And I know that the boy bags are not as popular as they used to be, but they have gone up quite a bit in this upcoming price increase. Starting off with the small Chanel boy bag, currently priced at $7,750. It is going up by 13.11%. The price in American is $6,900. Whereas if you're looking at the medium or the regular size, the boy Chanel handbag, it's gone up by 12.12%. Like in American, that's $7,400 right now, and then $8,550 for the Canadian dollar equivalent. This also affects a large boy bag as well. That's gone up by 13%. What do you think about some of these price increases? I mean, like, after all, I must say, like, these prices are not a surprise for some of us. Like, we knew these price increases were happening, but like definitely more than your normal price increase that we anticipate. I mean, the president of fashion at Chanel told WWD that price increases can become an issue when the quality doesn't match the cost, and I wonder if they're really owning up to that. I mean, am I alone here? Are these prices actually justifiable given the economy? Like, is it really inflation? I mean, before Chanel bags prices boomed quite a bit during the pandemic, and that's because a lot of people thought that Chanel was just trying to make up for revenue that was lost during COVID-19. But like with 2022, with multiple supply lines and material shortage, that was the reason for it. But like, why is the price increase still going up so significantly post-pandemic after some of this has been sorted out? I mean, there's a lot of rumors that says the price increase is just to like wean out the middle class who like have been kind of, I guess, priced out of some of these like classic handbags, and that is like an intentional trend that they're moving towards. However, if you look at for Chanel, for their profits, like looking at 2020, their annual profit surge like to 171%. I mean, the revenues reach 15.6 billion, up like 49.6% compared to 2019. How can you justify this? I mean, the operating profit reached 5.5 billion. That's 57.5% increase on pandemic 2019. I mean, so while their operating costs have gone up, their profit margins are dramatically, like, just so much higher. At this rate, I think I'm leaning towards shopping for other brands or other luxury brands. Do you feel like these price increases will maybe hurt the brand? Or is it trying to price itself to Hermes? I feel like Hermes really aim for like scarcity strategy and like quota system, which I'm not sure if Chanel has reached that level just yet. But what do these price increases mean? I mean, there's like 5 main points I want to bring up. Number one, I know that the price increase will drive up demand maybe a little bit higher. So we're going to anticipate more price increase to follow, including specifically in the pre-love market. We know there's going to be more demand for vintage Chanel handbags now because of the price increase. Next, I think they're definitely pricing out certain demographic of handbag lovers who've been saving up for their holy grail bags, which is so unfortunate. And then temporarily for the short phase, I think that this definitely angers a lot of loyal Chanel fans. But if you are a Chanel fan, you'll probably keep with Chanel. And some people just have the growing acceptance for it, or else everyone just moves on. And then last but not least, I feel like these beautiful handbags are more likely going to be going in storage rather than being used. And a lot of people are just collecting them as quote unquote investments. I mean, I've certainly accepted that these annual price increases is going to be normal, while my love for handbags is like really lifelong, but like collecting them is probably not for me at this time. I think nothing is really investment unless it is like completely like unused. And that really takes away the joy of like loving and enjoying handbags. I must say though, Chanel does a really good job with marketing. I mean, after all, amidst all the price increases, Chanel still has an allure to it, like a timeless appeal and a reputation for luxury. They have some iconic designs that just captivates consumer worldwide, fueling this like unprecedented demand and price increases. What do you think? Do you think that Chanel is riding its glory days? I definitely do find that their quality is diminishing while their prices have skyrocketed. I also feel like they need better repair services, because if you look at like Louis Vuitton, for example, if I buy a bag from them, they actually have a record of it, and that way I can prove for insurance claim, but they don't have such system in Chanel. So I'm not sure if service really is on par with the price they're asking. Well, that's it for my video today, highlighting all the different changes that we're seeing, what the implications are. I would love to hear from you. Are you still a fan of Chanel, or are you moving on? And with that said, I would love to start a conversation in the comments below, and hopefully I will see you next time in future videos. Take care and stay safe, everyone. Bye for now.